Yo, YouTube, what's crackalackajackasmacin? It's Waffleman with a video, and we're gonna be hopping on my point forward 6'10" stretch big because I finally got 110 upgrades. Now, here's the thing, right? It's never hard to get upgrades. I've actually started this stretch big build before the video I made saying I made a stretch big. So I've been working at this build for a good week, getting the upgrades. So let's see, if you take 7 days a week, 4 upgrades a day, yeah, you're gonna reach 25 upgrades. It's not that hard. And by the way, when you're sitting there watching stuff while getting the upgrades, like I said, if you did what I said in that video I made in June, getting upgrades is easy. The hard part about making a my player and grinding the my player is actually getting the badges and also using VC. If you don't play stage, if you don't play, get VC by playing my career, then you gotta buy the VC, which VC is kind of cheap now because there's sales all over the place. But I spent literally a lot of VC in 2K. Like, just think about every single archetype I made. 11 archetypes, right? About 200k per archetype. That's already over 2 million VC, combined with the fact that I purchased mascots. A lot of VC was spent in 2K17 for me, man. Actually, the most VC I've ever spent. But as you can see, we've got 110 upgrades and 279,000 VC. Now I'm going to be making another video because there's something strange about my stretch big. But as you can see, we've got these categories. Of course, our mid-range and 3-point is maxed out. However, I started to think a little bit about the mid-range category for sharpshooters. And I started to think there really isn't a point of having your mid-range maxed out. Because back in the day, I used to be like, why are you a sharpshooter and your mid-range isn't maxed out at a 91 or a 94, whatever it is? Now that I'm thinking about it, now that I've been able to shoot with my paint protector, my lockdown, my athletic finisher, wet from mid-range, you really, honestly, you could literally stop at a 74 mid-range. You could stop right here, and I swear to God, you would be fine. But I would probably go to an 80, so I'd probably stop right here. But this, see that, you shouldn't be having to think like this, man. In 2K18, if you have to stop at a 74 mid-range and you'll be like, oh yeah, I'll be fine with that, that is a problem. You should want your mid-range to be maxed in 2K18 if you're a sharpshooter. But 2K, you gotta address this problem yourself. Hopefully it's addressed. But let's get on to the leveling up. Of course, the first category I'm gonna hit is the agility, because you've got to have a, well, you just gotta have agility. But we're gonna actually start with the 3-point shot. Level that up all the way. And I think, yeah, that's a 91 3-pointer. So that's the first category we're going to hit. We're also going to touch our layups and dunks because we want to be able to at least dunk the ball in the paint. So those are the 2 main categories so far. Let's get agility out the way because I always talk about agility and how speed is everything in 2K. Also, you got to take into the fact that you're a big man. You're a stretch big. You're not a sharpshooter. So you need to have max rebounding. Otherwise, you might be getting killed by other positions because honestly, like I said before, stretch bigs are the worst big men rebounders. It's just a fact. When athletic finishers and paint protectors have athleticism and then glass cleaners are glass cleaners, you already know where that's going to go. So we're going to put that at max. Also, playmaking is a good category for stretch bigs. And this is the category where I'm going to be talking about in another video. But for now, we're going to also raise my defense. Well, actually, we'll raise my playmaking first because here's the funny thing about playmaking, right? And I'm going to talk about this in another video in depth. But my speed is a 50 plus 14, which is a 64 speed, right? You go down to playmaking, and my speed with balls are 40 plus 30. Which is a 70 playmaking, which, well, it's a 70 speed with ball. So we got a 64 speed and a 70 speed with ball. And I'm sitting here thinking, this is the only archetype I've seen where the speed with ball is faster than the speed Am I not seeing something that's a problem here? Am I bugging? I must be tripping. No one ever told me about this, about a stretch big. No one's ever told me about this. You guys have been clamoring in the comment section. Oh, Waffleman, what are you talking about? I ain't the worst archetype in the game. No one's ever showed me this statistic. No one's ever tweeted at me on Twitter. Remember to follow me on Twitter. Snapchatted me about this being a case. The speed with ball is faster than the speed itself. Huh? Shit is crazy. But moving on to that, we'll talk about that in another video. We got about what, 50 upgrades left, which is pretty. 50 upgrades left is pretty good. So here's the thing. We're gonna I'm assuming I'm gonna max out my defense, because you know what? Why not? You gotta have deep. Well, you know what? Let me start with shooting off the dribble. Let's see if we can get that at a good place, and then we're gonna have some categories. We're gonna max out our defense, and then we got 27 upgrades left. So this is what I'm gonna do, because mid-range is so overrated at this point. I don't give a fuck about a 91 mid-range. I've been banging with a 74 mid-range with all my archetypes. So you know what? I might keep my mid-range at legit a 80. It might be kept at an 80 mid-range, real talk, because that's the mid-range that my freaking point guard has, that my shot creator has. Or I might decide to bump it up to 85. 85 mid-range. If I bump it up to 85 mid-range, I have enough to actually put on my strength. But after a while, strength becomes also unnecessary. So I'm gonna keep my shit at a probably 25 strength. And I kind of wanted to upgrade post scoring, because I wanted to get that post season. Oh man, I don't know, man. I'm not sure. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna remove my mid range real quick. I might want to add 10 to post scoring, maybe 10, or we might just do the mid range, man. We're either gonna do 80 mid range, sure. You know what? You see, this is the problem, man. I'm not sure how many shooting off the dribble shots I'm gonna take. But do I really want post scoring? Do I want that post control to be moving? You know what? I don't think I need it, man. I think I'll be fine without it. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna lower my strength a little bit by like maybe 2 points. So I'm gonna take off the level 10 strength, and I'm gonna put like a good 20 strength. Seems to be fine. I'm gonna add 20 strength. I'm gonna get my mid range all the way to, let's see. Yep, I can get my mid range to 85. I can get my strength at a pretty good rate. I'm gonna just go ahead and purchase this VC right now and see where that leads my stretch big at. Cause you gotta know, man, people be really abusing that L2 post cheese. It's really crazy how people just abuse it on the park, especially with their stretch bigs, and then you can't even steal the ball from them. But we got an 85 mid-range, 91 three-pointer, 47 strength, which it's not bad. You see the rebounding is a 72. Lateral quickness is 59. Speed with ball, I'm telling you, is a fucking 70. I don't know how. It doesn't make any sense. My max speed is a 64. But also, I might give 2 points to I might give 2 points to fucking post going, and I'll give 2 more points to, well, adding 2 more points to strength doesn't matter. Having a 50 post fade could be cool though. So you know what? I'm gonna do that instead. 47 strength. Yeah, I might be getting bodied around, but it's not that bad. And of course, we got the max shooting off the dribble. Now, maybe some of you might say I probably shouldn't have upgraded this, because shooting off the dribble, you know, not that big a deal for a stretch big. But you know what? We did what we did. Of course, this is my first stretch big, so it doesn't matter. We're always learning here on this channel on archetypes, man. All archetypes built, we're always learning how to make the best archetype and what not to upgrade. So yes, man, this is my stretch big build. 85 mid-range, 91 three-pointer, 50 post scoring, 64 speed, 47 strength, 72 rebounding, 70 speed with ball. Defense is at a 74, of course, 59 lateral quickness, and 77 and 70 off dribble shot. Which, honestly, this is a pretty, I think for myself, pretty good build all around. pretty good build all around. You got a 50 post scoring. You can do that post cheese if you want. Good speed. At least you got decent strength. You know what I'm saying? So it could be worse. But you know, leave a like for more, man. Of course, we're gonna have a lot more videos talking about this stretch big. I haven't used it yet. Gonna use it out in the next couple of minutes. But yeah, man, I'm out for now. Peace.